Went out there to do it.
Yeah, we said.
I was at your crib and he was on the phone in LA.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out what to call it. We was like, I think B was like, it was called Broccoli City Festival, and that shit just like it made so much sense. Like, why wouldn't we call it that?
When you come to somebody and you tell them, yo, we want to do a healthy festival for young multicultural millennials, they like, huh? All y'all want to do is turn up and pop Molly and buy clothes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird space we in. But like you said, it's uncharted territory. And I was living in Los Angeles, and I was working at Santa Monica. And I would get my hair cut and things in South Central. I started noticing the differences in the people. Like when I went to Santa Monica, everybody seemed to be chipper and happy all the time. You know what I mean? And I would see old men, riding bikes and things of that nature. And then when I would go to Crenshaw and all that to get my hair cut, I would notice that folks was it seemed like they were just a little sadder, you know what I mean? Like the world was on their shoulders. And I started noticing, like, when you go to Santa Monica, you see salad bar, and then when you go to the Crenshaw district, and you would see, liquor store, McDonald's, liquor store, McDonald's, you know what I mean?
My father was in public health, and I remember he would get frustrated because so much of the money would be going toward, at the time, HIV and AIDS, which obviously is very important, but what's really killing us is hypertension, diabetes, and we was never focused on that. But as I got older, like we see how our communities are so disproportionately affected by, again, hypertension, heart disease, and things. These are preventable things that we can do things about. Like, these are things, it's about the choices that we're making. But our culture, it wasn't always as healthy, and so how are we making it part of our culture to live a healthier lifestyle? That was just important.
It's like, how can you bring people or make them aware of the different healthy food options without being preachy?
For me, what really, got me inspired to do more within the health space is when my mom and dad were both diagnosed with diabetes. For years she had been taught that, my family, that, everyone who, that diabetes is a genetic disease. More studies came out about, diabetes not being genetic per se, but being a matter of diet. And so when I met these guys, that was one of the things that really came to mind. Just being a voice, being a conduit that can push information out to people who wouldn't otherwise know. Where to locate information on how to live healthy.
In terms of how we bring in the environment, like, just understanding that we ain't got but one planet to live on. And I think our generation understands that more than any other generation, because the old people and the old politicians, the old folks out here that have been making decisions or denies climate change and all of this, it's like they don't got to worry about the world no more. We got to worry about our kids and our kids' kids, because I think whether we understand it or not, whether we're conscious of it or not, we know that if we don't take care of it, we're not going to have somewhere for our kids' kids.
It hasn't been hard to get people of color, young multiculturals out, because they want to do it. Right. It just was never presented to them in a way that made sense for them.
Like, the great thing about the millennial generation is that they want to be active. They want to be involved. They want to be a part of something. A lot of them just don't know what to be a part of and how to go about it.
Like, people do it by themselves, but it's so much more powerful when you get a group of people that they're each doing it, because then you get people that might not be doing it, kind of following it, and they become part. That's when you start to get a culture shift, is when you get a mass of people that are doing it. And that's what we want to do, is create these tipping points and get masses of people to do it, so people that might not be on board come on board, because they're the ones out of the loop, or they the square because they're not doing it.
Most people, when they see me, they see their brother, or they see their cousin, or they see, somebody that, they dated or something in the past, you know what I mean? And I think that is what makes, Broccoli City and the Broccoli City Festival run. I think that those type of things is what makes it so relatable, because we're just like you. The big names for the festival and all that, man, it just brings attention to it. The one thing that we don't want to do is we don't want to preach to the choir. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people had talked to us about, oh, y'all got Future and things of that nature. Like, I guess they thought we were gonna get the new yoga rapper. I don't know what the yoga rapper's name is, but you know, nah, we gonna get artists that people
care about,
that people like and want to see.
This is a business.
Yeah, and want to see, but more importantly though, it's gonna get the folk who not necessarily are living this particular lifestyle, but once they get to the festival, they see like, oh man, like not only did I get a chance to listen to Future, but I also got to see this local, you know, juice spot, or whatever the case may be. And it's about that delicate balance.
You know, part of bringing everybody together, community stakeholders together, it's also bringing corporate partners together too. You know, partners like a PepsiCo, Lyft, Curate, Toyota Green, so that we can do this together. So it's bringing them along for this ride, because we can't do it alone.
How to save our city, how to save our people, how to save our planet. Thank y'all for
being able to set up in different cities, you know, working with local governments. We've been working with the mayor of DC here for the past 3 years, the different mayor offices from Gray to now Bowser. We worked with the mayor of LA when we were in LA. So it's bringing governments, community stakeholders, and corporate partners together, you know, picking people who can reach the most people at once, you know, not breaking down the segmentations, and Future does that. You're bringing in the people who already know about these ideas and these beliefs, but then you're bringing in people who don't know about them, and so you're just touching people, everybody at once.
You know, it's great to do cool events for about 30 or 40 people. That's what we had done the previous 2 years. It's like, yo, but you can't talk about you're doing an Earth Day festival and it's 20 people. Because who are you affecting? Like, you can't really make no change with 20 or 30 people. So it was important that we tried to figure out how we can affect bigger change. And a festival was like the perfect caveat. And we knew that nobody could do it better than us in terms of blending all the things together that it surrounds. So it was a no-brainer.
We also had a shared interest though, even beyond the festival, that as we knew that we wanted to do things that had kind of institutional, long-lasting change. And I think that's what Broccoli City as an organization is what we work to do. So even beyond the festival, the things that we're doing in the community, the healthy living classes that we do, putting together urban gardens and all these different things, that making sure that there's something that's lasting beyond the festival. And that's something that's big to us, and being able to use the platform that we have and to move people to action and get people actively engaged. Because people just gotta get active. You know?
We don't want to be the guys that just talk about awareness all the time, because we think that that's kind of corny. You know what I mean? To always be like, yo, you need to do this and need to do that. Not necessarily preaching, but at some point though, you got to get your hands dirty. And that's what we really wanted to show. We wanted to show that Broccoli City was, like Daryl was saying, about action.
And if we can create a space where it's fun, like today we had a 5K, like it's
the
fun.
5K was a perfect extension of what it is that we're trying to do with Broccoli City and the festival.
You know, some cool people out there, but we out there running, we out there, you know, doing yoga. I mean, it's us though. It ain't nobody else, you know. So I think we try to change that narrative that it's us doing it and that we are healthy. You know what I mean? We always hear that we're not healthy. We are healthy.
Absolutely.
But we don't be seeing it enough. So, and it's why important we have media folks and folks like y'all, the hundreds and outlets that are changing that narrative and kind of helping tell that story.
We need to get y'all involved every day. We working